Train your body. This video is going to be all about training and working out. So let me remind you, success is neither magical nor mysterious. It is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. And this is true for training. It is science, it is basic, and you truly just need to be consistent. Building the body you want is science. Cardio is not the most efficient or effective way to build muscle. In order to build muscle, we need what's called hypertrophy. This is a scientific term that refers to muscle building. And it has been scientifically proven to build muscle, you want your reps to be between 8 and 15. So if you think about cardio, and whether it be running, the elliptical machine, walking, rowing, any of those, that would be considered high repetition. So that's not to say you won't build muscle through cardio, but cardio does not build muscle efficiently the same way strength training does. Cardio is also not the most effective way to lose body fat. The most effective way to lose body fat is to increase your metabolism. The most effective way to increase your metabolism is through building muscle. It is scientifically proven. The more muscle you have, the higher your metabolism is. Will cardio burn calories? Yes, it will burn calories, but it's not the most effective or efficient way to lose the body fat or to even burn calories for that matter. If you think about it, and you can look this up, if you wanted to lose weight and you had a calorie, you're trying to get a calorie deficit. Well, in order to burn about 300 calories, you have to actually run close to 40 minutes. So if you think about that, that is a lot of running, and it's hard on your joints. So it's not even the most effective way to burn calories. More effective would be to be at a calorie deficit of what you're actually ingesting or eating. Lots of women think that by doing tons and tons of cardio, they can eat whatever they want. And that's just not true. It takes a lot of exercise to burn calories. So if you want to be at a calorie deficit, you're still better off doing being careful of what you eat and being in a more calorie deficit in what your intake is, because it's more efficient and effective than the outtake. But when we're talking about losing body fat, so we don't want to lose muscle, we want to lose body fat. Again, cardio is not the most effective or efficient way. Too much cardio will keep you from building muscle. If you think about it, and you're talking about building muscle, you're talking about adding actual body tissue. In order to do that, you cannot be at a major calorie deficit. And if you do too much cardio, you're at a major calorie deficit, and your body does not have enough calories to increase your muscle, because you're asking your body to increase body tissue. The other thing, if you're working your legs and you're trying to build, let's say, nice quads or nice hamstrings or nice glutes, if you are doing a ton of cardio, you are not even giving your leg muscles, your glute muscles, your quads and hamstring enough time to rest and rebuild. So what do you want to do? You want to prioritize strength training. That does not mean don't do cardio. It means spend most of your time strength training. Make your strength training routine effective. Okay, what are we talking about when I say effective? Well, for one thing, depending on how many days that you are going to invest in strength training, I think it should be a minimum of 3 days. Maximum of 5 to 6, depending how you're doing it, but a minimum of 3. You need to work your entire body. So that doesn't mean you just do your glutes. That does not mean you just do your legs. It does not mean you do your legs. It means you hit the major muscle groups, which would be, when you're talking about upper body, your chest, your back, your shoulders, your biceps, and your triceps. When you're talking about your legs, we're talking about your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your glutes, your calves, and of course, your core. So don't leave out any body parts. Make sure that your workout is balanced. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure that when you are strength training and you are lifting weights, you're not talking the whole time. I've said this so many times that if you're going to do strength training, put as much effort into your strength training as you do your cardio. Several times I can look into any cardio class or watch somebody on the treadmill and they're breathing hard and they're sweating and they're really putting a lot of intensity in that. Put the same intensity into your strength training workout. That does not mean that you should be huffing and puffing and breathing hard and you're doing high reps, but it does mean that you're struggling. So if we're talking about building muscle and I'm telling you to stay between 8 to 12 to 15 reps, that means at about 10 reps, you're starting to feel a really burn in your muscle. It means by rep 11 and 12, you're struggling. And it might mean that by rep 13 and 14, you just can't do anymore. So lift heavy enough that you're getting something out of it. Because if you're on your phone in the middle of a set and you can do all 12 reps, you're not working hard enough. With that being said, also be super careful. That does not mean to lift heavier weights than is safe for you. So keep your form, but make sure that you are actually putting a lot of intensity and you're working the actual muscle that you are trying to work. And finally, find a plan you enjoy doing. If it's something that you don't enjoy, you're not going to keep doing it. So make sure that you find a plan that you enjoy, whether that means that you're doing it with a group, you're doing it by yourself, you're doing it at home, you're doing it at a gym. Find something that you actually enjoy. And I will tell you this, I have taken many women that were cardio queens and they just love cardio. And if you can find the right plan and you can change your mindset to where you find that you kind of get into this competitive nature with yourself, and each time you try to get better or each time you try to get stronger, or you create this almost avatar in your head that you are this strong female. I've had many women switch over from absolutely loving cardio and loving running to feeling the same way about weight training. It's just about finding what you enjoy and sticking with that. So successful people are simply those who take the time to develop and consistently follow successful habits. So you can't do a weight training routine for 1 month and expect to have big biceps and nice glutes. It takes lots of time to give yourself a lot of time to actually develop those habits before you give up and say it didn't work. Because you can't say it didn't work if you weren't consistent and you didn't stick with it long enough. So you are going to find increases in strength before you start seeing muscle growth. So if you are getting stronger, that means it's working. And that means stick to the plan, stick to the process, trust it, be consistent, and allow for patience and time.